You walk into a room and something shifts. Not because you said anything. Not because you did anything. But because you stopped trying. That's the paradox no one tells you about. The moment you stop performing respect is the moment you start receiving it. And most men will spend their entire lives chasing what would come naturally if they just stand still. Here's what they don't teach you about power and attraction. Real presence isn't built in the gym or bought with status symbols. It's forged in the dark moments when you choose silence over explanation. When you let someone misunderstand you and feel no need to correct them. You used to fill every silence with words. Justify every decision. Explain yourself to people who never asked. That was your subconscious mind screaming for validation. Begging to be seen. But respect doesn't live in words. It lives in the space between them. There's a psychological principle called the mirror effect. When you're desperate for approval, people sense it like blood in water. Your need becomes their weapon. But when you withdraw that need, something fascinating happens. They start seeking yours. This is dark psychology at its purest. The less you need from others, the more they need from you. Think about the men you actually respect. Not the loudest ones. Not the ones constantly proving themselves. The quiet ones. The ones who speak once and everyone listens. They've mastered something most never will. Emotional control over their own validation system. You're becoming that man when you notice certain changes. When someone criticizes you and you feel nothing. Not because you're numb. But because their opinion has no gravity in your inner world. When you can sit with discomfort and not rush to fix it. When you stop explaining your choices to people who aren't living your life. Here's where it gets deeper. Human behavior operates on patterns of emotional awareness most never recognize. Every time you defended yourself to someone who didn't matter, you gave them power. Every time you changed your path because someone disapproved, you taught them you're controllable. That's not kindness. That's self-destruction dressed as social harmony. The shift happens in layers. First, you stop arguing with people who aren't listening. Then you stop caring if they're listening at all. Then something strange occurs. They start listening. This is the subconscious mind recognizing authority. Not the kind that demands attention. The kind that doesn't need it. You'll know you're there when conflict stops draining you. When someone tries to manipulate you and you see it so clearly it almost makes you smile. Not with cruelty. With understanding. You've been where they are. Needing something from someone else to feel whole. But you've found something they haven't. Self-worth that exists independent of external validation. This is what mental strength actually looks like. Not aggression. Not dominance. Detachment. The ability to care deeply about your own standards while being completely indifferent to others' judgments. To love without losing yourself. To lead without controlling. To be present without performing. People will test this. They'll push boundaries to see if you're real or just playing a role. Let them. Your consistency is your answer. When you don't react, don't defend, don't chase, they'll understand something words could never teach them. You're not playing the same game anymore. The philosophy of mind tells us we're all seeking the same thing. To matter. To be seen. To be valued. But most seek it in the external world. In relationships that drain them. In validation from people who don't know them. You're different now. You built your foundation inside yourself. That makes you dangerous in the best way. Unshakable. Women sense this. Not just women. Everyone. There's an energy to a man who's no longer for sale. Who can't be bought with approval or broken by disapproval. It's magnetic because it's rare. It's respected because it's earned through inner work most avoid. This isn't about becoming cold. It's about becoming clear. Healing isn't about finding someone new to complete you. It's about realizing you were never incomplete. Every toxic relationship, every moment of emotional chaos, every time you lost yourself trying to keep someone else, it was all teaching you one lesson. Your presence is enough. Not when you prove it. Not when you earn it. Right now. Exactly as you are. Standing in your truth with no apology and no explanation. The man everyone secretly respects isn't the one with all the answers. He's the one comfortable with the questions. Not chasing peace. Being it. You don't become powerful by dominating others. You become powerful when their chaos can't touch your calm.